Hello, everyone. I have got an interview today that I'm so excited about. This particular woman has been an icon of mine because she's been in business for such a long time, but in an industry where she discovered something exciting and then thought that she would then introduce other women to theirs and help so many people in so many ways. And the person that I'm interviewing and launching the book for today is, of course, the beautiful Diana Williams, the founder of Fernwood Health Clubs, basically. So welcome.
Thank you, Susan. And it's such a privilege to be here. I've been really excited about this book. It tells such wonderful stories about all of the women within our organization. And it's a privilege to be here with you today to talk about it.
Fantastic. So the book we are talking about, a perfect title, Women Fit to Lead. And what I love about this is it's really a compilation of amazing women that are leading the way in both business and in health and in their lives. I'd love for you to share, how did this Fernwood all begin?
Well, it sort of happened by accident, actually, Susan. It was many years ago now. It was probably 40 years ago where I joined what we might call a smelly gym, a gym that was lots of guys working out with weights and a lot of sweat around and bodybuilding posters, and not a place that was really conducive to my idea of where I'd like to spend my time. But I loved going, and I got very involved in weight training. And after I started doing weight training there, I got fantastic results. I couldn't believe the impact that doing weight training had on me physically, emotionally, mentally, everything. My confidence improved, my metabolism improved. So it wasn't just the way I looked, there was a whole lot of other benefits to doing weight training. And when I looked into it, women don't do weight, didn't, or they didn't then, they didn't do any weight training. They just did what we used to call aerobics, right? And
Yes, those ridiculous outfits of all different colors that we'd have. Yeah, it was the aerobics days, but
I think that all those different colors in our outfits were probably more designed for aesthetically for men to look at, right?
yep.
When you think about it. So, but Fernwood, you don't have to wear all those fancy clothes. You can wear a t-shirt, you wear whatever you like. So anyway, that got me thinking about why don't more women do weight training? Because they should. Because it's men have muscles. They just naturally have muscles because that's the way they're made. Women don't have as many muscles. So for us, we have to develop our muscles through weight training. And when a lot of women think, oh, well, you're going to get big and bulky when you get a lot of muscles, but actually you don't, because your muscles are a lot smaller and more firm, and you lose all your flabby fat, and you end up replacing that with nice, firm, smaller muscles. So you reduce the size that you are, but you increase the tone, right? So anyway, that got me started just thinking about setting up a little gym so that other women can come and do what I do. And it was not ever intended to be a business or a big business. It was just a little gym in the back streets of Bendigo where women could come along and I could show them the benefits of weight training. So that's how it started.
That's amazing because I agree. I used to go into these sweaty gyms. I was uncomfortable. I felt like I was lifting these little weights and there's these guys and it smelled. I mean, let's be real. Like the men's sweat is different smelling than ours. Bendigo is where my parents are from. So I didn't know that it started in such a beautiful town, but wow. Like, so you saw the benefits and then you started your own little gym from that little gym that you help so many people. And I love the way that you talk about this being not just about how we look, how we feel more toned, but the actual way that it changes our mental state, that our energy, our confidence and everything. And then to do that in the comfort of other women, not worrying about what size you are when you start. It's just about you're there, everyone's encouraging each other because they know it sometimes takes a lot to get in that door, but to have that friendly environment of women. And you started this little gym in Bendigo that obviously people came to and then evolved to, like, gosh, you would have over 70 of the Fernwood clubs now.
Yes, we do, Susan. And we just opened our 72nd club and we're still growing. There's still more clubs. I think we're opening 5 clubs this year. So we're well on our way to 80 clubs. And really, it's because the concept is such a natural thing. It's something that women want, even though women have changed over those decades. Women didn't have a lot of confidence back then. They're much more confident now. But I think women join Fernwood now because they've got their own space. They're more confident. They're more assertive. They want to have their own space. They don't necessarily want to share that space with men while they're working out. They enjoy having the all-female environment. So even though the market has changed, Fernwood has changed with it, and we're still very popular and successful all these years later, which is quite a remarkable thing.
That is extraordinary. And for women business owners to learn that you don't have to have it all sorted. You started with an idea, something that was to serve others that you had benefited from. And now it's grown into well over 70 health and fitness clubs, which is truly amazing. And so inside of this book, that there is some other extraordinary club owners that tell their journey as well. And have you found that, I think there was one story I was reading where the owner had a sister that was working at one of the Fernwood gyms, and she was just a client or a member of the club, and she was so excited and had in a vision of owning a club. Do you find that some of the club owners and members that come along to your gym and then they're so inspired they want to actually do what you did and help other women?
And that's pretty much it, Susan. Most of our franchisees they come organically from within. They're either members or they're staff members or they're a friend of a member, or they're all people who've connected with Fernwood in another way and found, oh my goodness, this is something I would like to do. And it's something that they're able to do because women starting up in business is not that easy. Well, anyone starting in business is not that easy. It's pretty tough. And here's something that they can really love doing and enjoy and have a successful business. So yes, a lot of our franchisees have either been staff or they've been a relation of a staff member or they've been a member.
And what I really love about inside the book is that each person tells their own journey. So as a reader of this book, if you're a business owner, somebody that's really wanting to maybe even get into their own business, I think what's so great about this book is it tells you all the journeys. What's so interesting is inside this book, there's so many different stories of these Fernwood Club owners, and they share their own individual story of their ups and downs in business and managing children and different things that get thrown at us. So even though they are a part of a larger sort of franchise, essentially, which gives them great head start, there's still always things that come up for people. And so the collective stories in this book are so interesting, where people can really learn different ideas of how people have got through, started their business, even though it was a part of a franchise, and what they've gone through and some of the tips and tricks that they've done to get through it. And there's amazing stories in there from your Fernwood Fitness partners and so forth. And I love when you say females of Fernwood revolutionizing business, which is the subtitle to Women Fit to Lead. So that leads me into saying, why did you write this book with your franchise owners, your partners?
Franchise owners and partners, and they are all remarkable business women. And I often think people come to me and say, oh, you've done a wonderful job and you are so successful, blah, blah, blah. And I think you don't know that I'm got behind me a whole army of other business women who have joined the Fernwood network and opened up their own businesses, and they've got their own stories to tell. And they're such inspirational women. And I thought, well, it's not all about me here. It's about the franchise partners and their stories. And I thought, one thing, pat them on the back for doing such a great job. And the other part of it is they're role models for other women and for their members and for young women. in their communities to see, you can go into a business, you can start up a business and you have a role model to follow. And so it was basically to be able to share the stories of all of our wonderful franchisees and tell their stories and give them a little bit of a pat on the back and give them a moment of fame, I suppose.
Absolutely. And I love that because it really is. We learn from others. Women need to lift other women.
Yeah.
And it's really about reading their inspiring stories and lifting each other up. And I feel that if I got to know a little bit about someone that's running the gym that I was going to, that would make me feel more connected because their purpose is to help, just as it was yours when you first started up your own little gym in Bendigo, and now help so many women be able to not only participate in a women's only gym, but also they could potentially start their own business. But then other people reading this book, whether they're a part of Fernwood or not, they're learning about business and what people have done to overcome that. And
Yes.
just on that note, their little part of fame, what was it like at your conference to be able to launch the book and have all these people see this book come to life?
It was wonderful. They were so proud. And it was, of course, they were there with their husbands and their team, their staff. And it was really wonderful to see themselves up in lights with their book, with their photograph and their story that they told. So it was wonderful for them. And yes, they had a really wonderful experience when the book got launched at our conference.
Fantastic. So I think that's great because, like you said, it's something to be proud of. Not everyone gets to leave their story into the world. And I think that's beautiful. And so many people can learn from this book. Like I said, in business, just the whole part that it's women fit to lead. And it's really about women supporting other women and learning about their stories and their journeys that we as readers can learn about, not just even in business, but in life. There's lots of life lessons in there. So if people are wanting to grab the book, they can get the book from major stores, and we're also going to have it up on the Fernwood shop so they can go and purchase it there. And yeah, just go and grab yourself a copy. I really appreciate you trusting in us and allowing us to bring these beautiful stories together and get it out into the world because, it's women like you that really we aspire to be, because even though you make it sound, you're so humble, you make it sound so, oh, I just started a gym and now look at it. But for us, we look at it and say, wow, like maybe we've got an idea or somebody listening here's got an idea, and it really inspires them when they see women like yourself that were just there wanting to help others from what you found out, and now look where you are and sharing all those stories in the book. So thank you so much, Diana, for being a part of this and sharing your legacy, but leading the way for other women.
Thank you, Susan. And anyone can drop into a Fernwood Club and pick up a book there as well. So that's another way that they can get one if they're nearby a Fernwood Club. It's been a pleasure talking to you today, Susan. So thank you.
Fantastic. Yes, great idea. Go into a local Fernwood club. Good excuse to go and purchase a book, and while you're there, have a little look around. So definitely go and grab one from one of the Fernwood clubs as well. Thank you so much. And like I said, go and grab yourself a copy. Women Fit to Lead. Bye for now.
Bye.